Me.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Jess, fellows, welcome to the show. It's a beautiful day in Chautauqua County today, and it's hard to think of anything else. It's just so gorgeous. It's a nice day, by the way, folks, to get down to the lake and just relax, take a walk along the lakefront. I don't know what you do for excitement up here in Mayville, but Westfield's a quiet town. That's where I live. And what can I say? I'm just so relaxed and having such a wonderful time. It's so interesting to look at these young people and realize how talented they are. Most of my friends did not play musical instruments. I grew up, remember, during the Great Depression, and most of the folks simply couldn't afford the lessons. But it's really, I'm looking forward to hearing these fellows, so I'm going to shut up now and let you listen to them too. Thank you, Jess. I guess Jess is not available to accept my gratitude. But the fellows seem ready, and why don't you just take the mic off me? There we go.
All right, well, this next song, we were talking about Wanda, and so we're going to play it for you. It's a piece of work.
It's a good one.
Before we get back to questions, I just want to say that I'll open the phones now. Mort woke up finally, as you saw. So we'll open the phones now. You can call in anytime from now until the end of the show, obviously. 753-5225, or as Reed says, 753-JACK. You know a bunch of other stuff he says too, but I'll leave that out. Anyways, with that, my next question for you is, what's the difference between acoustic and electric? And I mean, how are you differing now being acoustic than when you were performing down in the park?
Well, the real difference between acoustic and electric is that it's the instruments. And we kind of rearrange the songs and rearrange the feel of the songs so that, like, they fit the acoustic better. For example, for the Mayville Park gig, I was playing an electric guitar going through an electric amp, and then you would probably hear a lot more of the and like do fancy guitar parts and stuff like that. But I mean, when we go acoustic, it's kind of more and it's not that it's more rhythmically, but when you're on an acoustic guitar and being the only guitar player, you kind of have to change the feel of things. And really the only thing that stays the same when we go from electric to acoustic is Jackson on bass, but even his feel for the bass kind of changes because he's not following the bass drum anymore and he's following a djembe.
Okay, the one difference is between electric bass and, say, an upright bass. You ever seen an upright bass?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What's specifically? I mean, obviously the electric bass has more of a it's actually coming out as an electrical signal, but
I think the electric bass just has a little bit more kick behind it, a little bit more oomph.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
all right. Then next we'll talk to Brandon real quick. Down in Music in the Park, at least the past 2 years, you've been playing the guitar behind your head. So, I mean, how did you learn to do that?
I don't really think it was a learned thing. It was kind of like one time we were practicing, and I'm actually thinking that I was kind of annoyed a little bit, and I wasn't in the greatest mood. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna play it behind my head. I'll show these guys. So then I played it behind my head, and I'm like, hey, I'm in a good mood because I just played a guitar solo behind my head. And then I realized I could do that, so I kind of just saved it in the bag of tricks and pull it out here and there, have some fun with it.
I just thought that was specifically funny when you started doing that. It makes it a little bit harder for cameramen specifically because we're not used to people playing behind their head. That's not something you see all that often.
My reaction is always like, Brandon, what are you doing? Are you gonna play a wrong note? Yep, here it comes. And then he usually doesn't, but occasionally we'll be like,
Couple times in
Brandon.
practice, in the process of putting the guitar behind your head, sometimes you move your finger a little bit, so instead of starting on this note and going, you're starting on this note when everybody else is playing this note, and then it doesn't come out too well. But usually I can land on the right note and everything's good.
Well, that's great. I guess the major thing is trying to talk to Jeff now because he really hasn't talked that much. You always sit behind, and is there a specific reason for that?
Yeah, because my brother likes to steal the show.
Oh! Getting some drama in Channel 5.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's Brandon, I guess, is our, so to speak, front man. Jackson pipes in a little bit sometimes, but, yeah, Brand's kind of leading the whole operation. So I tend to just stick in the back, let them do their thing.
Because I know before the show you were trying to figure out which position you wanted to be in, and you had two separate triangles you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, it's just normally the drum player's in the back, probably just because he has the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It makes it especially, if I can speak, especially difficult for cameramen trying to grab that because you don't get to see that often.
Yeah, one of these days we'll put the drums right in front and put everybody.
Everybody else in the back.
That would be actually pretty cool. You might even get on the news for that. for breaking a music guideline or something. I don't know if it's a guideline. But anyways, I think what we are trying to say, I'm trying to pick a question here. It's a little bit difficult. Yeah. Anyways, so when you talk, yeah. Okay. When you were talking specifically about the guitar, you have your little thing there.
Oh.
What is that? I mean, I try to understand what it is, but I don't.
This little thing, if the camera wants to zoom in so our good viewers at home can see this. There. Oh, wow, that's awesome. This is called a capo, and I just clipped it to the top. I don't even know if I'll use it today, but what it does is you take it and you open it, and you can put it on your strings like that, and it's like, oh, that was a bad example. But it transposes, I guess you could say. So now instead of playing an E chord, I'm playing an F chord, because it's holding down it shortens the neck, I guess. It's a little tricky to understand if you're not a guitar player, but really it just makes your chords sound in a different pitch.
Okay. I guess maybe you can pick another song.
Sounds
I'm
great.
not quite sure if you got something else up your sleeve.
Oh, we have big sleeves with a lot of stuff up them.
All right.
This next song is called Stand By Me. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Won't you stand by me? If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains all crumble to the sea, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Whoa, stand by me. Won't you stand by me?
All right. During that time, I decided on a couple questions. We'll start with you got me thinking there when you started playing or started shaking. What are the different types of percussion? And I guess we missed that.
All right. Well, I guess just about anything can be percussion, really.